He is known well by Bay Area attorneys, cops, criminals, and reporters. Terms such as flamboyant, brilliant, exhausting only begin to describe the man more than 4 decades before the bar. Now, just weeks before he will go to federal prison, we spent time with San Francisco's living legendary lawyer, J. Tony Serra. Leslie Griffith has our special report.
Before you enter a courtroom where Tony Serra is defending an alleged drug dealer, gang member, or political prisoner, it is wise to brace yourself. He is no Brooks Brothers lawyer. He often keeps his shirt cuffs held together with safety pins or staples. And he has, of course, his snow white ponytail. Most potent of all, Tony Serra has his voice.
I started representing all of the hippies and the drug cases and all kinds of people dancing naked in the park, and they would charge him with indecent exposure. Of course, it wasn't.
Tony Serra began practicing law in the 1960s. San Francisco is still recovering.
I can remember, like, so strong during some jury trial. My breasts, this beautiful woman, are not obscene, and the jury's going, you're right on,
Born in the city to a working-class immigrant family, he quickly moved up the ladder.
I was a philosophy major at Stanford. I played baseball, football, and I boxed poorly, but I got my letter and got my teeth knocked out and my nose broken.
Then it was law school at Berkeley, where he graduated in the top 10% of his class.
I've been held in contempt in any other lawyer on the West Coast or known. I went to at least 4 or 5 different jails. I paid, lots of fines. I can remember one in a federal court, this old judge, I won't go into his name, but he was a bear, and I was really young. It's $100, Mr. Serra. And it was a drug case, and the guy rolled, the bills were all rolled up. He'd roll it across the table. I'd throw it to the clerk. Yeah, I'd keep going. He'd give me another one. I got held about 4 times, and then the judge said, well, for that one, Mr. Serra, it's $1,000. And I go, you got me.
They've got him again. J. Tony Serra is scheduled to enter federal prison on January 1st to serve 10 months for income tax evasion. It is his 3rd such conviction.
My friend, I haven't paid in 42 years.
And no, he says it's not a protest, and he's not trying to get away with the money. Serra says he just can't be bothered.
I said, the hell with credit cards, bank accounts, insurance, medical insurance, any kind of insurance. I divested myself driver's license, paying parking tickets, keeping accounts of how much I made and how much, I spent so I could have an accurate appraisal.
Serra says his first 2 priorities in life have been his work and his family.
The 3rd priority, I don't know, food, I don't know. I never got down to tax. It wasn't a priority.
Almost 20 years ago, the movie True Believer, starring James Woods, was based on his practice. Serra knows that he is among the last of a once well-known breed, the dazzling San Francisco attorneys such as Vincent Hallinan, former Mayor Joe Alioto, and Melvin Belli.
The orators, the ones who interweave poetry and biblical, symbols into their argument. Ones who go right up to the jury, along the rail, look them in the eye and call them by the first name, that kind of stuff.
As some of the Bay Area's best prosecutors, if Serra is just an amusing character, and the answer will be swift.
No, he's no clown. He's nobody's clown. He's a very, very good lawyer.
Russ Giantini is the Chief Assistant District Attorney for San Francisco.
I went into a courtroom where he's trying a case with one of my colleagues, and Tony dresses a little different. He had a ponytail, and I can recall thinking, well, this guy can't be any good. And I watched him begin jury selection, and he has an amazing, amazing presence in the courtroom.
Serra lived for the courtroom. Though a bit vain about his age, he just turned 71, he is not unaware that he is mortal.
How do I want to die? Am I ever going to retire? Absolutely not. This way I want to die. I like giving closing arguments. From the first minute the client talks to me, I'm thinking of my closing argument. It could be 2 years away, but I'm thinking of it. So I want to be given a closing argument, powerful, decibels, get a heart attack, me die. And the jury is so compassionate with my demise. They're not guilty.
I'm Leslie Griffith, KTVU Channel 2 News.